What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Lots of big stuff going on here tonight. Look, we're going in to a pay-per-view event. This is an exclusive TCW. Not to say we won't maybe see some SSU guys, but it is an exclusive, not a branded, but an exclusive TCU pay-per-view event that is coming up. And it is called Rage in the Cage. Now, what is crazy about this is every single match will be in a cage tonight. We'll get kind of a preview of what that is going to look like tonight. So, big things going on. Witcher, welcome to the show. Witcher already in there buying her ticket. And this is kind of a new look. You know, we've seen Bobby O go through a bunch of different looks.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 356 pounds, the All-American Bobby O.
But we've seen him come through a bunch of different looks, and now looking like he's going to keep on the mask, he's going to keep doing the stuff, he's going to keep walking down to the ring the same way, but the in-ring attire is going to look quite a bit different. So will be very interesting to see how all this stuff goes, what is going on. Sentinel, welcome to the show. Guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share this out. Right now is the time to really share it out. That lets everybody know, hey, we're here. Come hang out with us and enjoy the ride. Look at this, too. Brand new, completely redesigned TCW Thursday Night Outbreak Arena. Every single one of our arenas have been redesigned. And we have very exclusive logos now too. This is another thing.
From the fifth dimension, weighing in at 311 pounds, Brooks Ling Cho.
This is another thing. Right now, we're doing something for our members, and that is giving our members exclusive emojis. Exclusive emojis right now for the members of this channel, for the members of the Bark Squad. And if we can get 5 more memberships, just 5 more memberships, it will unlock another 5 emojis. I've already got them lined up. They are already ready to go as soon as we get those next 5 members. What is going on, Blaze? Welcome to the show. Guys, too, if you guys get a chance, go over and check out Blaze Radio and the LTV. Lots of crazy stuff going on over there right now. That's nice. Hashtag Blaze. It looks like I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like when you sit back and you kind of look at it, you're like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But right there, Nightbot has got Blaze's link in the chat, so go over there and check him out. But look at this brand new look for Bobby O. Bobby O has been winning a lot of matches here lately. Now you got the 2 big guys in the ring. And even as big as Brooklyn Jokers is, still not as big as Bobby O. So maybe a little bit taller, but weight-wise not the same. So it takes a big man to be bigger than Brooklyn Joker. So you look at the big guys that we've got. We've got a tag team, the Walters brothers, that are considered amongst the giants. And then in the singles divisions, you got Digital Dogs over on the Meltdown brand. You got Bobby O over here on the Outbreak brand. So very interesting, and just interesting to see, like, I mean, Brooklyn Joker's no small guy, so interesting to see how Bobby will do against another big man like himself. What is going on? The Jesus, welcome to the stream. You know, I always pause. I'm always going back and forth. Am I going to say Jesus or am I going to say Jesus? I used to say Jesus or Jesus all the time, and now I've met a couple Jesuses here. I'm talking in just the last couple weeks, so before that, I never met anybody. But it's interesting. We've seen a lot of people come in and evolve as wrestlers, you know, whether it's their look, whether it's the moveset, whatever it is. But we've seen those wrestlers kind of evolve and come through. And I think we're kind of seeing the same thing from Bobby O. You know, he's just trying to find his way, trying to find his gimmick, trying to find the shtick that's going to work for him. And as he has evolved, he's starting to really pile up some of these wins. So is Brooklyn Joker's going to be able to stop him here tonight? And both guys, I mean, for being big guys, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're luchadors flying around the ring or doing something, but they still move pretty good for big guys. Ah, got it. Well, now maybe you could answer the question. Because you're saying Kamiko or Kumiko, however it's said, is that Yuri? I know why you changed the names in the SSU, but they're not changed here. So you're still looking at Yuri, Samantha, and Stephanie. Yeah, hang in there on that, Witcher. Definitely in this community's prayers, so. And look at that, Bobby O going to hit him with that big clothesline. Joker's able to stop him. Bobby then back on top again. And that should show you, like, the wrestling acumen of both these guys. Obviously do their homework, obviously scouting some things out. Yeah, Brooklyn Jokers is kind of in that class where you look at Raymond Jones, or you look at Rowdy, or you look at GC Rock. Yeah, they're big guys, but they're not in that giant category, you know what I mean? However, Bobby O is. Little fun fact, Brooklyn Jokers was the first guy that Totes My Goats wrestled in the LTD. And I lost. Well, Totes lost. I'm Frankie Two Fingers, you know what I mean? But Totes lost, yeah, so fun stuff. What is going on, Jamar? Welcome to the show. But what are you guys thinking about the brand new Thursday night Outbreak Arena? A little more gothic, a little more scary, a little more freaky. And two, if you guys are in the Discord, go. I opened up the channel to kind of show you all the brand new AI logos that we've been doing. And we've been helping out a few other shows as well, so maybe seeing some new badging and some other shows. Now finally able to make and really integrate the logos of our own pay-per-view style events. So it's going to be interesting. And all the new arenas uploaded already to Community Creation. So if you guys own the game, you guys want to play along at home, you are able to download these arenas in Community Creations. And look at that! No laughing matter put on Bobby O. And when he hit it, you could see he split his head open. That is why that move is so powerful.
Here is your winner, Brooks Ling Jojo.
So Brooklyn, haven't seen him for a while in the ring, but look, returning, doing the stuff. He likes to get a little blood in there too, but then likes to get a little bit of that payback as well. So Bobby O able to do something against Brooklyn, but Brooklyn in the end coming out on top. So lots of shows, lots of stuff, some titles on the line tonight. We're going to see the IC titles, both the men and the women's. You guys are going to get to see the newly designed men and women's Outbreak World Championship belts. The women's Outbreak World Championship belt will be on the line tonight. And if you don't know who the world champion is, it is Yuri Walker. Yuri Walker. So, getting to see, we just talked about this again, the Walker sisters having another name in the SSU for reasons, but not having a name change here. You get into too many crazy names, I won't be able to keep up with it. Stephanie, got it. Samantha, nailed it. Yuri, okay, got it. You get into some of the other names, I'm not even going to pronounce them right.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Spider and the Falcon, the Road Warriors.
So Spider and Falcon, the daughters of Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors, bringing back the Road Warriors in like a Road Warrior 2.0 type thing, have been undefeated, and in their very first match in our universe, in their debut match, winning the Universal World Tag Team title belts. Absolutely crazy, but going undefeated since joining in the universe. Those title belts not on the line here tonight.
Accompanied by the Pitbull Yuri Walker.
You can see the brand new
Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, Samantha Walker and Stephanie Walker, the family.
But you can see the brand new, newly designed TCW Women's World title belt around Yuri's waist. So both these teams, respective tag team champions. You got the Walker sisters holding on to the Intercontinental Tag Team title belts. Again, not on the line here tonight, but this match is. Well, it does, but what I need to know is this, and I might have missed it if you put it in there. Is Yuri Kamiko, are they the same person? If not, who is Kamiko? Kumiko. Which one is it? Yuri, Stephanie, or Samantha? Yeah, I'm very excited about the whole thing. Like, now we're starting to go through the wrestlers. We're starting to go through the wrestling signs. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, okay. Then is she in Community Creations? That's interesting. That makes a little bit more sense. I've been watching you and Witcher go back and forth, and I'm like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But that starts to tie a few things together. So, good deal.
Tag was made.
Good deal. But will the Walker sisters here tonight find a way to beat the undefeated tag team of the Road Warriors? Right now, Spider in the ring with Stephanie. And we have seen it a little bit before where the Road Warriors may start out a match kind of getting dominated, kind of getting this, kind of getting that. Maybe a little bit of back and forth starts to happen, but then at some point, it gets turned back around, and when that happens, I've never seen another team stop it. The Road Warriors will get to absolutely steamrolling somebody. So the Walker sisters really needing to make sure that they stay in command, that they stay in control, that they pace this match the way they want this match to be paced and not give it up, because they give it up. The Road Warriors will get on a roll and it gets ugly. Awesome. Awesome. Well, keep your eye out because there'll be some, because of the cross storylines right now with the SSU and the TCW, you will see Kamiko and Witcher very, very soon. But I'm glad we got it figured out. It'll make a lot more sense that way. So we can see Yuri ringside. Is Yuri going to play in to any role here tonight? She might. Right now, Falcon kind of giving Spider that break. But look, Stephanie right there staying in control, sidestepping. You can see now in the brand new Outbreak arena, the gray cobblestone. So this is like, we thought the outside of the ring hurt before. The outside of the ring is really going to be the great equalizer now. Referee already up to a 5 count. No title belts are on the line. So, again, absolutely, you can win this match. Oh, you see Spider, a little blood. So, pretty violent night so far already, and I got to believe that some of that has got to do with those cobblestones, those gray cobblestones there now on the outside of the ring now. Stephanie going, rolls up the leg. You can see her foot hooked in the ropes. And the referee wasn't going to stop it. Not only was her foot in the rope, she reached over and grabbed the rope, then realized the referee's hand was still moving. He was not stopping the count. The love train was not stopping. It wasn't slowing down, so she then kicks out. She reached over, trying to save some energy, grabbed the rope. And we said, hey, is Yuri going to get involved? And here she is involved. Don't know exactly what she said to Spider, but whatever it was enough to slow Spider down. Spider was trying to get back over to her side of the ring, but then Yuri saying something, again, slows that down. Samantha probably wasn't expecting to go for the ride, but it sets up Stephanie in a really good way to get Stephanie back in control of the match. And look, that's exactly what they need to do. That is exactly what needs to happen in this match if they want to stop that undefeated streak. And see, right here, I thought that they were going to go maybe for that double team fishing move. Whoa, strike one, but does not get the second strike on her. Comes from behind with that clothesline. And this is the part right here. Okay, I was going to say, again, this is the part where you've got to stop. You got to stay in control. You can't let them get turned around. And here we go, rolls up the leg. And Falcon went for the wrong person, but somehow, I don't even understand how she did it, but somehow you can see body just battered and bruised. You can see the blood running down the face of Spider. And this goes to show you, she is the daughter of Hawk and Animal. So, like, these two, unbelievably tough. Like, unbelievably tough. Oh, that is a rot row SpaghettiOs if I've ever seen one. And Falcon keeps getting thrown back in the ring, unable to get back over. So the thing that's doing right now is not allowing Spider to tag Falcon in. And I bet you by this time, Falcon is like, tag me in. I'm getting tired of being thrown around. Let me get in here and conduct some business. And not the first time we've seen the Road Warriors employ a tactic like this. But you saw how long Spider stayed in the match, and now, for the most part, yeah, maybe a little bit, but the freshest wrestler by far out of all four of these wrestlers right now is Falcon. So if they can get some quick double team moves in, they can do a few things. Like, she gets that, she gets back over, boom! Tags her in, and look at that. Knocks her out. Is she out on her? It looks like she's out right now. Stephanie, wait until she gets back up on her feet. Not a bad move. And now tries to roll up the leg, but this time Falcon picks the right person to go after. And I think if she picks the other one, like, it's game over right there. Don't worry about it. Match is done. But Spider now, and I thought, like, when she tagged her back in for that double team move, might not have been the smartest thing to do at the time. Right now, Spider should be getting Falcon tagged right back in this match. Like, I get it, using the outside of the ring, doing some stuff. But I would be trying to get, no matter what happens right now, getting Falcon back in the ring has got to be the number one thing she's trying to do, and it's not. Oh, look at that. Like, I swear, she's got more strike one maneuvers. Oh, what is this? What is that? I don't know what that was, but that was crazy. And again, huge mistake. Finally getting Falcon tagged in. But Stephanie is sitting inside the ring waiting on her. Clap on, clap off. The ear clapper. Yep, I'm always in the Discord checking it out. And see, it's like the Road Warriors sit back and they're like, man, let me just wait for this. Let me wait for that to happen. And this is a mistake. I don't think this is how they should do it. But look, they're undefeated. So who am I to say what's right and what's wrong and who's how and what's when? You know what I mean? But I just don't think these are long enough breaks or long enough rests for Spider. Like, she has taken on the brunt of the work. She has taken the brunt of the attacks from the Walker sisters. And it's just not working out the way I think that they think that it's going to work out. Right here, should whip her into the ring, or into that ring corner, and try to get some double team action going on and get Falcon back in this match. But again, what do I know? Even that move there, look, hurt both ladies. Spider really slow, even though she was the one really slow to get back up, and then wisely getting back out. Now, can she stay out for a little bit? Can she stay out for a while? What is going on? Prime time. Welcome to the show. Matt Storm, what is happening, brother? Welcome to the show. Oh. Tater tots and owie sauce right there. And this is what I mean. At the end of the day, while Spider may be the most hurt in this game right now. What? And look, Falcon just like, what? Oh, look at this. Don't even know who she tagged. She tagged somebody, and Yuri's like, I'm getting in on this. Like, well, I ain't got time. We're getting in on this right now. It's like Dano's seasoning. Yum, yum, get you some. You know what I mean? Oh, this is their finishing move. Is it going to be over? Rolls the leg. 1, 2. And Samantha able to kick out, but again, at the cost of what? It could be at the cost of Spider being in. Samantha catches that leg, says no thank you, return that thing right back to the sender. Goes, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and the Walker sisters become the very first to beat the Road Warriors.
Here are your winners, Samantha Walker and Stephanie Walker, the family.
And look, at the end of the day, I get what they did, but when it didn't work, when she kicked out, probably should have went back and went right back and tagged Falcon in. But who am I to argue? Now, they both beat each other 1-1. You know what I mean? They won. The Road Warriors won the first time. Walker sisters winning here tonight. Will they end up meeting maybe in a cage match? Like, who knows? Definitely have to see what is going on. Miguel, welcome to the show, brother. So JW Caliber and Rowdy fighting here tonight. Don't know that there's a lot of beef between the two, but you know Rowdy is from the nearest nightclub, and then you got JW, the cowboy. So it should be a good match.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, weighing in at 235 pounds, JW.
Should be a good match here tonight. And remember, tonight we are going to get a sneak peek at what it's going to look like. A sneak peek at what it's going to look like at the next pay-per-view. Rage in a Cage. Every single match is going to be in a cage. None of them will be the classic you crawl out like it's like the ladder matches. I think the game's got it all wrong and it goes way too fast. So I'm out on that, but it will be by pin or submission, no way to get out. Or you could have the referee unlock the door. Yeah, that's another way to get out of the cage.
And his opponent, representing the Four Horsemen from Bad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 306 pounds, the final champion,
Now, Rowdy Hunt in this year, like, hasn't had the best luck. Actually, though, got the Four Horsemen back together, really starting to lead Eagle Star and Bama. Haven't picked out who that fourth horseman is going to be. But again, they're not really called the Four Horsemen anymore. They still should hold up, symbolically hold up the fingers. But they're just called the Horsemen now. They could have 2 horsemen, 3, 4, 5, like who knows how many horsemen. They can have as many horsemen as they want or don't want. So maybe the plan is to stick around 3 horsemen. But remember, too, we will be looking at going back in to Battle Bowl 2. Teams of 4 fighting it out to see who's the ultimate team. And JW Caliber giving up a lot of size in this match, but is that going to matter? And Rowdy's used to wrestling guys smaller than him, obviously. You look at the size of Rowdy. But is JW Caliber used to wrestling guys this much bigger than him? I mean, we're about to find out here in this match. What is going on? Iffy, welcome to the show. And this is the thing about Rowdy. Like, Rowdy, once he gets going, once he gets things rolling, he can end your night in a few moves. So, has been having a rough go of it here in Season 7. But that doesn't change the fact he can end your night quickly. And we've seen him starting to pick up the win. So, and I don't think the things between him and JP quite finished. But almost looks like it's been moved a little bit. Not maybe put on hold, but moved a little bit. With JP now kind of aligning with the SSU. If you follow JP's career in the SSU, has been their world champion, one of their world champions for a very, very long time. So lots of success over there, but it's interesting to see how he's starting to line up. Yeah, he's kind of aligned with the SSU, but it seems like there's some back channels open. Seems like there's some communication lines maybe going on behind the scenes. Don't know if there is or if there isn't, but it seems like there kind of is that going on right now. Oh, look at this. Rowdy's starting to get pumped up. And JW trying to get out of it, but Rowdy not having it. Rowdy all kinds of fired up right now. And there's one of the big slams. 1, 2. Now, he follows this up with the Rowdy's Redemption. I don't know how you kick out of it. You know what I mean? If there's a Rowdy's Redemption on the horizon, watch out. Oh, thought there was going to be another big slam to set up the redemption, but JW finding a way to get out of it and wisely going to the ground game. Like, when you're fighting a guy that's bigger than you, you want to get him on the ground. You want that ground game to slow down the match and to not let this guy stay up. But Rotro-Skedios, it is Rowdy's Redemption. 1, 2, 3. And JW Caliber just got redemptified.
Here is your winner, the final champ, Rowdy Hunt.
Do not bother looking up the word redemptified in the dictionary. I have not called Webster to tell him about that word yet. Rowdy getting a big win here tonight. Leader of the Horsemen, like he went from being the enforcer of the Horsemen, then the Horsemen didn't have a leader, to now Rowdy coming back, taking the reins, becoming the leader of the Horsemen and driving the Horsemen so far in a very, very successful direction. So even though he's not seeing as much success himself right now, he is seeing a lot of success with the Horsemen. But now, one of the moments I think a lot of you, including Prime Time, Sean Sanders has been waiting for, getting a shot here tonight at Blaze in the TCW Intercontinental title belt.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, see, even Sentinel knows this is the worst town Rowdy has ever been to. That's a fact. Now, Sean Sanders, since kind of stepping out on his own, took off the mask, and don't get me wrong, Sean Sanders still has the ability to put that mask back on, and when he does, almost goes from Prime Time Sean Sanders to the Predator Sean Sanders, and that's a scary proposition. However, it's almost like this freeing thing has happened. Sean Sanders really wrestling up to his ability since taking off that mask, since stepping out from the tag team division and going down the singles path. Blaze also having a big year here in the TCW. And almost seemingly like Blaze is taking notes and doing things. It almost feels like that, I don't know, maybe 100 years from now, if he keeps continuing to pass that book on, maybe he runs his own Wrestling E-Federation at that time. But Blaze McCoy, a student of the game, winning that Intercontinental title belt tonight, or putting it on the line tonight to defend it, but winning and having already defended it once. Can he defend it here again? Right now, what is going on, Paul? Welcome to the show, man. You picked a great show to come back to. You and Sentinel will be wrestling tonight in a preview match.
From the bottomless pits, weighing in at 244 pounds, Prime Time Sean Sanders. And his opponent, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 297 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Blaze McCoy.
So, obviously, Prime Time giving up some size to Blaze, but can he be faster? Can he control the match? Can he outmaneuver Blaze in this match? Blaze gets a hold of you, hits you with a hook, line, and sinker. It's all over but the crying. You know what I mean? And look, that's the kind of stuff he's got to do. Now, not this. This isn't the kind of stuff he wants to do. Blaze going to win the power battle either way. But now, oh, see? And look, I'm telling you, if you want the title, come hook or come crook, you got to do what you got to do to get in control of the match. You know, people are like, oh, that was a dirty move. But look, I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, Frankie Two Fingers has had to do some dirty moves himself. You know what I mean? When you only got two fingers, you got to make up for it somewhere. Yeah, this time Blaze is like, I'm not going to push you into the corner at all, and now throwing a haymaker. And this is what you don't want to happen. You do not want to let Blaze get on a roll, start hitting you with a few moves, because those moves are going to be power moves. And it's not just that Blaze is bigger muscle-wise. You look, he's taller, and so what this starts to produce, it allows him to produce more force on his moves. He gets you up. The higher you are, the farther you fall. You know what I mean? The more speed that can get generated, the more force that can get generated. That starts to become a problem. And Blaze jumping over, putting the boot right to the chest, hooks the leg, 2. And Sean Sanders able to kick out in 2. Oh! Oh! Sean Sanders starting to get it now, starting to figure it out. He's like, look, he hit Blaze with that boot to the front, did just like barely knocked him off kilter a little bit, and then he realized, he's like, I've got to start using the ring to generate more force to hit Blaze with. Hits him with 3 more maneuvers now, picks him up, trying to end Blaze's title run right now. 1, 2. And Blaze able to kick out in 2. And even right there, he could have just hit him with the 1 punch, but instead, winding it up, trying to generate more power, trying to generate more force, trying to break down Blaze. Hooks the leg again. 1, 2. And Blaze able to kick out in 2. But look, and here's a flaw of being a bigger guy. You don't have as much stamina. So bigger guys, you know, when they're coming at you and they're moving quick, they've got to put you away a lot faster. You start getting past the 5-minute mark in some of these matches and things start becoming a problem for some of the bigger guys. Yeah, they're more powerful. Yeah, they're this. Now, on the flip side of that, you've got to be able to withstand it. If they get on a roll, yeah, you might have more stamina, but they knock the wind out of you with one of the breaths and then go for a quick pin. It might be the end of your night. So it goes back and forth. There are a lot of things going on. A lot of things to be watching right here. Blaze now bringing him over, getting him in a corner. Oh! Looked like he was going to try to shove him in that corner. Prime time, though, able to flip around, get a little flippity-doo-dah, top of the noggin to you. 1! And Blaze kick it out in 1. So it's very interesting. We have moved some sliders around. An update happened, and I think it was jacking with the way the game was. So we have switched up some of these sliders, and things are starting to work, I think, a little bit better, a little bit more the way they should. And it's really coming out in this match tonight. Blaze trying to get out of the ring. Sean getting Blaze back in the ring. And that's really where, like, if you're the smaller guy wrestling against a bigger guy, you're going to want him in the ring. You're going to want to keep him in the ring. You want to use, like Sean right there, coming off those ropes. We've seen Blaze drop a leg, but Sean using the ropes to drop a leg too. And Blaze still able to kick out in 2, but Blaze has got to turn this around. And now Sean Sanders setting up for it. Can Blaze stop it? Does he see it coming? No, he doesn't. Can he reach for a rope, maybe? 2, 3, and Sean Sanders just became the brand new TCW Intercontinental Champion.
Here is your winner, and new Intercontinental Champion, Primetime Sean Sanders.
Prime Time winning his first major mid-card title belt, like the Intercontinental title. Now, the thing that should be scary, and we say this all the time, okay, Blaze lost that belt. The world champion Vampiro I don't know. I'm just saying, Blaze might be coming for it when you win the IC belt. When you depart it, you get your shot at the world title, at the Outbreak world title. So, could be seeing that one. What if we saw that one in a cage? You would think that inside the cage that might not favor Vampiro. That might favor Blaze. So, with Rage in the Cage coming up next, I'm like, things you got to look out for.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
You know, and it's very interesting. You look at the movesets for all these wrestlers, and let's take me as an example. You take Totes, and you put Totes in the LTD. I don't win a lot in the LTD. Same moveset. You put Totes in the SSU, undefeated. Same moveset, same everything. You put Totes in the TCW. I'm a little better than 500. So it's very interesting. You know, I don't believe there's a one-size-fits-all type of moveset. And that being the proof. You really got to look at, and that's why when people come here to the TCW, you know, they're like, oh yeah, well, I'm undefeated everywhere, blah, blah, blah. I won 1,000,000 world championships. Okay, that's good, but, like, we don't know how it's going to go. So we see, even when I create wrestlers, we don't know how it's going to go until you see them in the ring. All these wrestlers, master-crafted movesets, so coming into it, one, you got to have a master-crafted moveset, period. Your signatures and your finishers have to be right. That's step one. Above all else, even if everything else is wrong, you got to do that if you want to win. So it's just interesting, though, to see back to Prime Time. It is really interesting to see how he has progressed so far. I'm going back through, and I'm all the way up through, partway through season 6 of doing the statistics. And it just reminds me of a lot of things. So, you know, I end up watching a lot of people go through winning streaks or going through losing streaks. And the progression of certain wrestlers. Vampiro's another one. Look, Vampiro just won the world title belt, the Outbreak world title belt. And he went through an amazing winning streak with the United States title, then a horrendous losing streak when he lost it. And now kind of went back into like fair to middle and now winning the world title. So it's amazing to see the stories. I'm glad you're all coming along for the ride.
Introducing the challenger from Sweetwater, Texas, Scott. And her opponent from the 5th dimension, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Indestructible Fenwick.
Phoenix, now one of our most iconic wrestlers in the TCW. When you see Phoenix, you know TCW, period. When you see The Witcher, TCW, you just know it. Even though she wrestles in a lot of other places. When you see Mimi, Ozzy, Cheyenne, like you would know, you're like, oh, TCW right there. But yeah, one of the more iconic wrestlers. And then you look at Sky Scott, up and coming, like dominated the indie scene for a long time, and now here signing with the TCW, getting her shot. Hasn't seen a lot of success, but she has been in a lot of gimmick matches. Now in a one-on-one match with an iconic wrestler, how is she gonna hold up? And even though she saw all that success in the indie league, she is not used to this crowd, the crowd of the TCW. These arenas are much bigger than whatever she was wrestling in before. So is there some nerves there? I'm sure there is. But can she overcome those nerves tonight? Can she overcome almost like the awe of seeing some of the iconic wrestlers that she has been watching on TV, now her being on TV wrestling against these wrestlers? And you see, obviously, Phoenix gives up size to everybody, right? One of the smallest wrestlers we have in the TCW. So Phoenix is used to it. But Sky Scott, power wrestler, just hit her with a huge clothesline. Phoenix so able to kind of eat that clothesline a little bit and then get back in control, and now really showing her the technical aspects of what she knows in the ring. Shout out to the Bay of Iffy. Hey, just because you guys are at work doesn't mean you can't be watching wrestling. Get your boss involved. Get your boss to put it on the TV throughout the workday when it happens. I'm just saying that's what they did, and then they got their own logo. You know what I mean? The Bay of Iffy. By the way, guys, if you guys are out there right now, I am completely redesigning every single logo. Not doing it with tattoos, but every single logo we have in the game, every single pay-per-view event, it will be branded to the TCW. Every single show, obviously, you see what's going on here. Branded to the TCW. All this stuff. We're on another level right now. Join the Discord if you want to see all the things that we are doing. But if you guys have your own ideas, you're like, hey, man, it'd be cool if my wrestler had this logo. Contact me in the Discord. Give me a brief description of what it is. And we can make it happen. What is going on, Beast? Welcome to the show. Sky Scott now getting things turned around, and this is not what you want to see if you're the champion. Oh, look at the state of this, Sky Scott. I would imagine that Sky Scott has a motto that winning isn't everything, you know what I mean? It's the only thing. Yeah, that's another thing, like when is Matt Storm gonna cash that puppy in? Witch's Brew Emporium, so I haven't done that one, but I did do a couple for Witcher already. Pretty interesting. One of them I really like it. I like both of them, but there's one that I really like. It's in the logos thing. The logos thing, if you tried to get into the logos thing before, it was locked. Now it's unlocked, so now you can get into it. General chat, follow the hyperlink. Look at that. Even though this isn't a hardcore match, that is a way sometimes to get around it. Referee not even really noticing. Sky Scott taking that turnbuckle off, using the exposed turnbuckle on Phoenix. That'll just show you, like, she wants to win. Yeah, we got a couple of them. We've got some brand new signs, so when your wrestlers come out, be looking to the crowd for some signs. It takes a while for me to switch out all the signs, but I'm in the process of doing that right now. But yeah, all new signs, better logos. What a devastating slam right there. Oh, rolls through, picks her up, and look, even though Sky Scott, power wrestler, you can see obviously high in the technicality area as well. And now trying to win that title belt. Will both Intercontinental title belts leave with new champions here tonight? 1, 2. And Phoenix not ready to give up that title belt, getting kind of pumped up, getting fired up. Listen to the crowd fight forever. Phoenix now doing everything in her power to make sure that belt goes home with her. Oh, this is like her finisher. And look, it looks like Sky Scott is out on her feet. And somehow kicks out from the Rise of Phoenix, even though it was like ring assisted. And Witcher starting to wrestle like almost in a panic, trying to make sure she holds on to that belt. And here it is. This has got to make it all over but the crying. Phoenix will retain the... What? That is 2. Rise from the ashes. Sky Scott able to kick out of both of them. And you know that move is so devastating because at the end of the day, she uses gravity and your weight against you. So her wrestling against bigger wrestlers jumping down and all the pressure of that move coming right onto your neck. And I don't know if standing toe-to-toe with Sky Scott is the way to go. I mean, it might be a way to go, but I don't know if I'd be doing it. And back and forth, neither one of them are blocking anything. They're just like, whatever, letting it fly. Oh, now from the chest to the head, right to the face. That is 2. Finally, Phoenix is like, hey, let me get up here. Let me go up top also. No, still going after the chest. And now both going after the head. They're like, whatever. You can't beat them. Beat them more. And look at the face paint of Phoenix. Phoenix never revealing her face, but might be here tonight the way this match is going. Oh, that's not her finisher, but look at how that is an absolute owie right there. And Phoenix finding a way to retain the women's Intercontinental title.
Here is your winner, and still Women's Intercontinental Champion, Indestructible Fenwick.
Phoenix able to retain the title, but what a fight that was. You know, if I had to put money on it partway through that match, I would have thought we would have had a brand new champion, but Phoenix not willing to give up the title, putting on an absolute banger here tonight. And now moving on to the match we've been talking about, a preview of Rage in a Cage. Exclusively going to be presented by the TCW. Every match in this next pay-per-view event, which is the very next episode, will be inside a steel cage. And it won't be, can you escape the cage? You're going to stay in the cage. You're going to fight inside the cage. You're going to either use that cage or have that cage used against you to win. But it is going to be by pin or by tap to win the matches. Now, this match is a 2 out of 3 falls count match, a tornado tag team match. 2 out of 3 falls, not an elimination match. It will take 2 pins.
The following contest is a tag team steel cage match. And at a combined weight of 449 pounds, Gray and Cowboy Herbert, American Alpha.
You want to talk about two guys about to give up a lot of size to a team. Remember, weighing in at 449. Wait till you hear what the next team's weight is. I can promise you it's not 449. The first number doesn't start with a 4. Matter of fact, the first number might start with a 6.
And at a combined weight of 611 pounds,
Yeah.
but the Universal World Heavyweight Champions, Sinister Trout and Paul the Thug, the new foundation.
You know, Long said, both these guys said that they could be the foundation of TCW. And when they said that, formed a tag team that has been around for a couple seasons now. And proving what they were talking about, both are multi-time world champions, and Sentinel currently the top guy. To the difference, there is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide. This is a preview of Rage in a Cage. And look, American Alpha 2 getting off to a quick start. It is going to take 2 out of 3 falls, so there is no eliminations that are going on. There is nowhere to get eliminated to. Yeah, you look at that. That is just doing some math and carrying the one. That is 1,060 pounds. I hope the weight or the ring can survive also. So up to this point, maybe the ring getting used, but that steel cage hasn't really been used yet. So something we're going to keep an eye on moving forward. But you know that Grady and Herbie cannot stand toe-to-toe with these guys and just be like, exchange like punch for punch. That is not going to work. That is not how you beat these guys. So they've got to outsmart. They have got to outwit. And they have got to be faster than the two of these guys. And look, the Universal World Champion just saying, like, look, I am the Universal World Champion. I'll take you both on. Thanks, Zippy. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. The Meltdown one got a new look. The Wednesday Night Wars now is badged exactly how it should be. It looks pretty cool as well. Fixing all the other ones. We actually have the TCW Dark Show, right? That's the TCW Taco Tuesday night. We have TCW Friday Night Wrestling. And we have TCW Saturday Night Showdown. All of them are dark shows. And look, I'm going to start, now that we've got the badging done better, now that we're getting those updated, if you are a member of this channel, we're going to start having one dark match. Like before, I started to do it, but I just didn't like the arenas as much as I should have. Oh, huge move right there. That is Sentinel's finisher. But we're going to start having more reasons to become a member of this channel. Members are going to be getting exclusive content. Right now, if you are a member of this channel, Primetime can show you right now, Primetime being a member, I just made 2 brand new emojis. If we can get 5 more members, it'll open up 5 more emoji slots. And again, you can get memberships for as low as $2.99 a month. $2.99 a month. And have access to all the special emojis, all the other stuff. So, don't delay, act now, you know what I mean? 'Tis the season to become a member of the Bark Squad. Follow la la la, la 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 la. Right now, American Alpha on the wrong end of what is going on. And Sentinel, look, since he has won that Universal title, we just saw a crazy match between him and Totes, where, again, if I was a betting man, would have thought Sentinel would have been pinned and lost that title belt, but beat Totes in a 2 out of 3 falls match. So, first 1 to 2 wins, you know what I mean? Yep. So there they are, 2 of the old ones. Oh, and 3 of the new ones, my bad. I replaced 2 of them, so those are the 5 right now, but we get 5 more members to join the channel by the end of the month, and we will unlock 5 more slots. So we can have 10 very unique emojis, and I've already got them lined up. What is Sentinel doing? Herbie, watch out! And no way Herbie kicks out of that. I don't even know which one got pinned, to be fair. And look, Sentinel, and we started to talk about it, Sentinel.
Here are your winners. Sinister Trout and Paul the Thug, the new foundation.
Sentinel gets on a roll. Like, how do you stop it? The answer is you don't. Don't let him get on a roll. Because absolutely out of control was that. And it just shows you why he is the Universal Champion. Like, you're like, hey, I want to challenge for the Universal title. That's the level you got to be on. That's the things you got to be doing. So here we go. Miss Nightmare. New look for Miss Nightmare. But Miss Nightmare getting ready to take on the TCW Women's.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's World Championship.
Wow. Hey, big shout out to new Bark Squad members, Dance and Sarah, and the creators of the Walker Sisters. Look at the state of this. What? Look, there's things Miss Nightmare does that I would. She would, if she walked down to the ring like this, Frankie Two Fingers isn't having it. I'm getting out of here. I'd be out. I'd become a member of the Bark Squad. I'd buy a ticket. I'd be watching the show. Not having it. I'm not fighting her. No way. Really appreciate you becoming a member of the Bark Squad, Sarah. Absolutely amazing. And then look at this. Look at this. Not only does Jacob buy a level 4 Bark Squad, I think you're only the third one. I'm 1. Peyton Hardy is 1, and now I think you are 1. Level 4 member of the Bark Squad. Absolutely awesome. And then goes even above and beyond and goes ahead and buys everybody's ticket. Buys everybody's ticket. Look at this. Witcher coming back. And it's crazy. I think like Witcher, we should now only need 2 more members of the Bark Squad to unlock those 5 spots. But sometimes, like even my membership, I'll check it with Blaze and I'll check it with Solo. It runs out and I don't realize it. And then I look and all of a sudden my name's not in green. And I'm like, what's going on? And I got to go, rebuy my Bark Squad thing. So, well, they've got different stuff, but go buy their thing. So, but guys, I really appreciate it. Again, all the proceeds go right back into the channel. I know it does for Blaze as well. I know it does for Solo as well. I just want to bring you the best product that I possibly can.
From your darkest fears, Miss Nightmare! And her opponent from Kyoto, Japan, the Women's World Champion and the Women's Internet's Triple Crown Cruiserweight Champion, the Pitbull Walker.
But brand new, all new, redesigned TCW Women's Outbreak World Championship. Remember how Yuri became the champion? Like, how did she get her shot at that championship title belt? She won a monthly Royal Rumble. Instead of challenging for the Universal title, she chose to challenge for her brand's World Championship, which, very smart move, because the Universal World title being held up in a huge feud right now. So she was like, forget it. I know I can beat the world champion right now, and then does it. And now, obviously, giving up size to Miss Nightmare. Miss Nightmare, a multi-time world champion. Yuri really going to be put to the test. Really going to be showing you, like, what time it is against Miss Nightmare. And again, we set up the Outbreak brand. That it does have iconic wrestlers on it, but it's got a lot of the up-and-coming wrestlers. Yuri able to take advantage of that. Stephanie and Samantha able to take advantage of that. But this is one, like, you've got Crimson on the Outbreak brand, so don't think that's some, like, easy road. You got T. Jones, which is who Yuri beat for the world title, and now fighting another multi-time world champion. Can Yuri defend that title again here tonight? Thank you, Witcher, for buying another ticket. Like, she bought her ticket. Now she's buying another one. You got Jacob. He bought a lot of tickets, like, actually hit our goal. Between him and Witcher, the goal has been reached. And now we are only 2 members away from unlocking 5 more emoji slots. I've got the emojis lined up and ready to go now that I got it figured out. So should be some fun ones. And Yuri, though, still doing exactly what a world champion would need to do to retain her title belt. Doing the exact thing that she would need to do, and that is stay in control. You do not want to let Miss Nightmare. Miss Nightmare has a finishing move called the Bone Crusher, and it will end your night. And she can hit it from anywhere, but look at what, who else can hit things from anywhere? Yuri now going, taking flight over the top rope, and taking it right to Miss Nightmare. So yeah, she gives up some size, she gives up some stuff, but she doesn't give up the violence. You can see fighting with violence right there, doing probably some things to Miss Nightmare that other wrestlers typically don't do. Count up to 5, we gotta say this, Yuri still holds the champion's advantage. So yeah, Miss Nightmare could win on a count out, but the title belt would not change hands. And that is the devastating part of Miss Nightmare's moves, because you look, it's not the Miss Nightmare. Yeah, she is ripped, but her moveset is predicated upon her height. And again, we talked about it earlier. There's some other people predicated upon their height, where that doesn't matter quite as much, but this move does. Look at how high Yuri is above the ring. You know, Yuri does that move right there to Miss Nightmare. It's not going to have the same impact as it does when Miss Nightmare does it. The power bomb's not going to have the same impact. If it was a choke slam, not going to have the same impact. Now, putting her in this submission hold, is Yuri going to be able to get out of it? Welcome back to Beast. And look at that, both women going, trying to get the drop kick in, and both women missing. That might have been a defensive move right there by Yuri, knowing Miss Nightmare is coming with it. Maybe the defensive move so she misses it. And now, oh, I thought she was going for a pin, but locks in an arm bar and a leg bar? Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. Oh, that's another move. Is Yuri going to be able to kick out of this one? 1, 2. Again, it's the height of that move that you got to watch out for. Yeah, she absolutely. And I am pretty sure when I look down, Miss Nightmare hit the Bone Crusher. And somehow, she is the fastest. She might also be the toughest. Kicking out of the Bone Crusher, but she has got to get up. She has got to find a way to get up and stop the offense right now of Miss Nightmare. She has got to get back in control of this match if she wants to retain the world title belt. And right now, she might have the confidence, really, even if she loses this belt, to go after the Universal World title belt. But probably not the thing on her mind right now, and avoided the Bone Crusher again. Now goes, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, and Miss Nightmare will come away. Look, at the end of the day,
here is your winner, and new Women's World Champion, Miss Nightmare.
Look, at the end of the day, it was too many big moves right there by Miss Nightmare, and I think that the move off the rope just basically knocked the wind out of Yuri. However, I have a strong feeling that people are going to want to see a rematch of these two, and not just any rematch, but a rematch in a steel cage. You can go ahead, book that match. Miss Nightmare will be defending the world title against Yuri in a steel cage. And look, we saw what a steel cage can do. You want to talk about one of the better or bigger equalizers that are out there? Steel cage is when it's going to be the great equalizer. Now down to the final 2 matches of the evening. We are about to see Bama and Eagle Star get their rematch for the Intercontinental Tag Team title belts. They are on the line right now. Can they win them back from the Wolfpack? And then we will see in the main event, Robbo taking on Vipero for the Universal Television title. Remember, you're going to get to see the Outbreak world title because Vampiro holds that, but that title belt not on the line tonight. The Universal Television title, however, is. Now, we talked about Rowdy becoming a big factor, helping Bama and helping Eagle Star up their game. But you got to talk about Jimmy Hart as well. Jimmy Hart coming over just like he did back in the day, siding on the side of the Horsemen. And he gets involved in these matches. Maybe a little bit unfair, but still gets involved with these matches to try to turn the tide. So you can't overlook what Jimmy Hart has done for the Horsemen as a manager either. They've got the leader now in Rowdy. They are all moving in one direction and then brought in Jimmy Hart. So they're on a roll. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the PS5, no problems. 0 issues now. I'm serious. I was looking at buying another one. Like, I'm glad I didn't. On the outside, again, it looked fine. It looked clean. Everything looked good. On the inside, it was the heat sink was really cased in dust. The fan was a little bit on the inside, even though it was hard to tell. Like, it looked good from the outside, but on the inside, it was not good. When I got done with that, I had to go through and re-vacuum my room, re-dust everything, because dust was everywhere. Final 2 matches of the evening. Intercontinental title belts on the line.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 480 pounds, Palmer Boy and the Eagle Starman, the 4 Horsemen. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 513 pounds, the Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, Angel and Raymond Jones, the Wolfpack.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. So, like, Jacob knows what I'm talking about then, too. It was caked. Like, it was weird. I was like, wow, I get it now. Yeah, and as soon as I cleaned it out, I took about 30 minutes to clean it all out. Brushes and air and vacuums. But yeah, since we've done it, everything's been running smooth. No problems, no overheating. Everything's been fine. So here we go. Right back at it. And again, you know, we talked about this the last time they fought. One of the crazier things, there is 3 world champions in this match right now. Eagle Star, Bama Boy, and Angel, all having won a world title throughout their career. Will they ever see it again? I don't know. But I wouldn't bet against one of these 3 being a world champion again. Yeah, with all the talk of PS6s, you know, on the horizon, I'm like, I just need my PS5 to make it until the PS6 is out. Start saving up some money for that. And look, like the champions right now, the Wolfpack not allowing the Horsemen. Usually the Horsemen are the aggressors like this. Like I would have expected to see this thing flipped. But the Wolfpack, you know, having the champion's advantage, you know, they can win by a count out, they can lose by count out, but on a count out, the title belt will not change hands. And look at the move right there. Thought he knocked him into the corner, but Bama able to get over, hooks the arm and both legs. Oh, big boot right there, right to the jaw. And Angel again trying to get Bama back in the corner to get this double team stuff going down. And here comes Raymond Jones. And that's something that's got to make you feel even a little bit where you're like, what is going on? If I was in the ring and these guys, you know, they're like, hey, you know, moving fast, and all of a sudden they slow everything down. I'd be like, what is happening? Bama now trying to get Raymond over, trying to get Eagle Star tapped into this match. Yeah, no, there is still at least one more. I think it's right around a year and a half, unfortunately. And again, like with the PS4, I think it was time. But with the PS5, like there's still games, there's still companies making, like they were still making this game in 25 for last gen. We're talking about we're a year and a half away. Like I get there being a year crossover with current and last gen. But the fact, and I know there's COVID involved and this was a weird time, so I kind of get it, but you almost would have thought that would have extended the life cycle of the PS5. I don't even think they've unlocked what the PS5 can do. And we're already looking at the PS6. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know. PS5, I couldn't wait to come out because I was like, we've already over-tapped the potential of the PS4. Things are starting to run slower. Games are crashing. Like, we're not there with the PS5. Like, they're not outperforming the PS5 right now. You know what I mean? If anything, they are underperforming with the PS5. But, you know, they love money, so it's gonna be what it is. That's why a lot of people go with computers. And don't get me wrong, my computer is strong enough to run the games. I don't know. I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm definitely not buying an Xbox after what happened with all that. Really, with the last 2 or 3 cycles of the Xbox. Yeah, I think outside of COVID now, I think things will be better. I don't think it'll be the same buying debacle we had last time. But I could be wrong. Been known to be wrong before. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that too, Iffy. Yeah, I agree with you, what you guys are saying. Referee down and out for the count. And Eagle Star just says, whatever, I'm going to take these guys over to their own corner. And look, I thought Jimmy Hart would be the one getting involved, but it's Jakai, the leader of the Wolfpack, and we have seen the SSU version of Jakai. We've seen the leader of the Wolfpack in the TCW version of Jakai as well. So, very, very interesting. Hooks the leg. But Eagles are able to get in and break that up right there. But we have seen the champions absolutely dominating this match. Now, we've seen a little back and forth, I'm not saying that, but overall, the champions really been in control of the match. Can the Horsemen find a way to break this up, get this thing turned around, and get things going? We talked, can they do it? Bama fighting through, getting the tag, and I think that's what he needed right there. But can Eagle keep the momentum going, or will Raymond Jones keep showing them why they are the Intercontinental Tag Team Champions? Yeah, that's what I mean. There's like a lot of life left in the PS5. You know what I mean? Now, hooks the leg. One. And looking at all the wrestlers, it really looks like Raymond Jones and Eagle Star are the two. And Raymond's determined to be the one that remains like the freshest wrestler in this match. Angel back in, and even though Angel, but he's been wrestling longer, so might have a little less stamina right now. This is where Eagle really needs to try to turn this thing around. Really needs to try to get back in control of this match. One, two. And again, able to kick out in two. Now Eagle getting fired up. We talked about him getting to turn back around. But starting to walk a little bit slower. So, you know, at first I was like, maybe this is a mistake, but maybe Eagle needs that breather right here. And not much of a breather. He's like, look, I'm just trying to stay on the outside of the ring. I'm trying to get like a quick little breath. And knocks both wrestlers down. Now he tags in. Did that give Bama the time to get in? Well, it did. But Raymond able to take a step back, get back in control of the match. And it looked like he was going to be back in control of the match, but Bama fighting through it. And here's the issue, like they've got to fight out of that corner. You can see Angel trying to affect the match and almost did. Bama, though, able to stay in control of the match, keeping things going. And Angel would have been late right there. Bama now starting to get on a roll. Can the Horsemen come back and find a way to win back these tag team title belts? Oh. RJ is like, no way, buddy. That's great that you got fired up, but no way. And Bama says, I don't know, let's try it again. Let's see if we can do it one more time. Killing them softly with his song, one time. And it's their finisher as Eagle going for the pin. Somehow Bama just took out Jimmy Hart. 1, 2, 3, and Jimmy Hart I don't think he even got to watch the end of the match after Bama took him out.
Here are your winners, Palmer Boy and the Eagle Starman, the Four Horsemen.
So getting the tag team title belts right back. And that's a tough thing when you fight a Horseman. They just seem to have a lot in the tank where they like going in and they like having a fight. So getting beat down, you're like, there's no way these guys can win. And then what happens? They hang around just long enough to get things turned back around. They get the timing of a few things down, use that timing to their advantage, and walk away the Intercontinental Tag Team Champions once again. Now, on to the main event of the evening, the TCW Universal Television title on the line right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal World Television Championship.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't underestimating them, but there's a point where I'm like, no way they're going to win. There's just no way. And then they do. So here is a guy used to be the leader of the Four Horsemen, Robbo. And if you go all the way back to season 4, had a match with Hogan and Robbo like on a rocket ship. Universal title holder, world title holder, multi-time world title. Basically lays down for Hulk Hogan, leaves the TCW, goes, signs with the WWE, does not do well over there. They cut his contract. He comes back. Wasn't gone long, only a few weeks. Comes back to the TCW, never been the same. Horsemen got their revenge on him. He tried going through the Judgment Day, tried to hook up with them, did not work out. Tried to hook up with the bike, did not work out. Went back on his own, kind of hung out with the Horsemen a little bit, but they wouldn't let him back in after the betrayal. And now out on his own. Can he turn it around here right now? Vampiro holding the brand new Outbreak world title above his head. That title belt not on the line tonight, but the one over his shoulder, the Universal Television Championship, up for grabs. Can Robbo once again grab some gold? Can he once again start that climb back to the top? He's not going to have the Horsemen to do it. He's not going to have a group, at least that we know of, to do it. Going to be doing it on his own. Can he make it happen? Oh, that's absolutely true. I mean, they would probably make a pretty good tag team if like, the storylines ever came around to line up with it.
Introducing the challenger. From Grays, England, weighing in at 228 pounds, Rob O. And his opponent, from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Universal World Television Champion and the World Heavyweight Champion, the Snake
Vampiro Jr., again, the brand new Outbreak World Champion, putting the Universal Television title belt on the line here tonight. Vipiro has come a long way from the hot streak he was on to the cold streak he was on, and now becoming that world champion again. And you can see him. He was hanging out in that tag team division, actually one of the greatest, statistical greatest tag team wrestlers in the history of the TCW. He's had partnered with Andrew Dubbs, also partnered currently with Zach Hamilton. But right now, starting to get on a roll in the singles division as well. Can Robbo get on a roll in the singles division again? That's what Robbo's trying to do. Vipiro trying to stop it. One of these guys is going to continue on their way. And then you look at the style of wrestlers between these two guys, and very, very contrasting styles. They're about the same size, yes, but still, Robbo, more of your power style wrestler. Vipiro, that luchador style coming through. Should make for a great match. And that's not to say that one's stronger than the other, but when you look at the moves and the moves that are done, and then you remember this. Vipiro can hit you out of nowhere with that snake bite. He can hit you out of nowhere with the constrictor. You get back to your feet, you think you're still in a certain kind of wrestling match. Turns out you're not. He changed the rules, he just didn't tell you. And Vipiro's made it no secret either that he has wanted to become the leader of the syndicate now, with JP siding with the side of the solo season universe. Even though there may be some back channel communications going on, could this be the time Vipiro steps up? Right now, still in a tag team with Zach Hamilton. They are known as the Vipers, but could they add another member? And if they did, would it be Vipiro who would be the leader of that group? You just don't know, you know what I mean? You just don't know. And this is that move right here where really for Vipiro to be effective, he's got to shave down the scunion a little bit, you know what I mean? He's got to peel back the scunion. Give it a little buster sometimes. Maybe even a little duster. And speaking of that, right on the cobblestone, splitting Robbo open. Trying to make sure he is set up for when it is time to hit him with that snake bite. And look, holding on to that world championship, holding on to the Universal Television title. You look at the boost that he's got. Very boosted wrestler right now. So Robbo's got his work cut out for him. But again, Robbo, a former multi-time world champion as well. So Robbo's got what he needs, but can he do it? Referee's count is up to 7. And shocked. Oh, never mind. Up to 8. I was going to say I'm shocked. I thought Vipiro would be trying to get back in, and again, went in the war, but losing the title belt, almost what happened right there. Or losing a shot at the title belt. Robbo now. And remember, he's got that Horseman in him still. Even though he is not a member of the Horsemen, taking him and bet you never want to do another somersault again. Robbo, you take that move, and if Robbo can get this in, and he doesn't, but if he could have got that in, that might have been, over for Vipiro right there, and instead Vipiro hooking in. The constrictor, is Robbo gonna tap? He doesn't tap, but you can tell Vipiro really starting to get after it right now. Oh, tries it for a third time. Robbo goes after him. Vipiro sidesteps. And a huge clothesline. The back and forth of these two guys absolutely out of control. Robbo now trying to get after it, trying to put the title belt around his waist, and Vipiro doing everything he can right now to stop him. Hooks the leg, 1, 2. And Vipiro able still to kick out in 2. I'll tell you, win or lose, it does feel like maybe Robbo, whatever he's been doing while he is gone, starting to get back to the old Robbo. Maybe still a little bit of ring rust in him, but really starting to get back to the old form that we knew when he was winning world title belts. So, oh, that might be the mistake. Can Robbo capitalize on that right there? You know, Vipiro hits that move, and I think it's over. I think Vipiro hits that move. He gets Robbo back in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Insert crying here. However, missing that move. Now can Robbo use that to his advantage? And you're starting to see a little bit more blood starting to flow from the head of Robbo. Oh, that is, look, Robbo out right now. And Vipiro's like, hey, even though we can't win it on the outside of the ring, I'll just let you know, maybe he's done. Maybe Vipiro says he's had enough. Throws him out, and then he's like, he'll just win it on a count out. Again, he's got the champion's advantage. You can win the match. Oh, no, look at that. Not one to let it go. He saw he was getting up, trying to maintain that advantage, but Robbo sees him coming. And that is not the place you want to be fighting, is on the outside of that ring. You do not want to be getting dumped on your head on the cobblestone. And are we seeing, look over to the left, we can see a couple suits over here. Are these guys part of the Outbreak upper management that we have never seen before? I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but are they a part of that management that makes the decisions behind the scenes? Vipiro now starting to get things rolling, starting to get things going, puts him over there. Is he going to take something off the top? No. And this might be it. With all the fighting that happened on the outside of the ring, how much more did either one of these guys really have left in the tank? Doesn't matter. Vipiro retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal World Television Champion, the Snake V. Pierre.
What an absolutely crazy night we have seen here tonight. We have seen Sean Sanders win his very first major mid-card title, winning the Intercontinental title belt here tonight. We have seen Phoenix in a crazy defense. We saw Sentinel and Paul win in a crazy 2 out of 3 false count match. And look, a one-on-one match, 4.5 stars. I mean, that is not easy to do. Vipiro and Robbo putting on an absolute banger. One of them had to lose. Vipiro finding a way not to make as many mistakes. And then the Horsemen winning back those title belts. Brand new world champion and Miss Nightmare. But one of the matches now being announced for our very next episode, which will be a TCW exclusive pay-per-view event called Rage in a Cage, where every single match will be in a cage. Guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight at the Totes My Goats Wrestling Network. From all of us here behind the scenes, putting the show on, making things happen, to all of you out there who purchased a membership today, added 3 new members back, gained 2 new members, added another member back into the mix. So we are 2 memberships short right now of unlocking those 5 brand new emojis. I've already got them lined up. As soon as we get those 2, we'll be able to do it. But remember, when you guys are out there in the world today, you guys have a choice to be the person that you want to be. You have a choice to do the right thing or to do the wrong thing. And look, it's not easy always doing the right thing. And I'm not saying being nice is always the right thing either. Sometimes it's not. But just because somebody's doing one thing to you does not mean, oh, that's why I did it back to them. No, you don't have to give people like that power over your actions. You be the one to decide what you do. You be the one to figure out how you're going to act. And maybe what it calls for is being a leader in the community and leading by example. Maybe it's okay to show some people some grace sometimes. Are you going to be that person? That's what I'm saying. But guys, that's enough from us here. Really appreciate everything you've done. Thank you for buying your ticket here tonight. And we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.
Tag.